Live from the 904 in the gateway to Florida, it's time for Simulation Football League action on a Friday night in prime time, as the Lone Star Glory have traveled east to the Kings Lair Stadium in Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Kings. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Trullo. Happy to have your company. Also happy to have the company of Ramos Lynn here in the broadcast booth. Ramos, we've got two teams today who have not met expectations this season, but for one of these teams, they could still be in with a playoff shot.
Yeah, absolutely, Michael. Glad to be with you. And the Lone Star Glory want to keep pace in a very strong South Division with the Aztecs and the Toros, as well as the Houston Headhunters. So we'll see how that goes for Jacksonville. Maybe looking forward for next season, but they also want to spoil the party here at home.
The Kings only 1-7, and Jacksonville/Tallahassee has only finished under 500 two times in their illustrious franchise history, in season 17 2 seasons ago, and all the way back in season 7. Every other time they've finished over 500. Two times they've made the championship game, both of those times falling to the Alaska Storm. It'll be Jacksonville in the home purple with gold. It'll be Lone Star in the red, white, and blue on the road. We have a team in Jacksonville, Ramos, who has a rookie quarterback and doesn't put up that many points, but their defense is pretty respectable.
Yeah, surely is. You know, on defense, especially against the pass, they're third best in the Simulation Football League. So against the Lone Star Glory, who are eighth best, I think it's a good matchup.
The Kings giving up 29 points a game, the Glory 28.1. Where the Kings really shine is against the pass. They only give up 244 yards a game against through the air.
That's good for third best. So I expect Lone Star to involve Ike McBride quite a bit here in this game.
Ike McBride, the running back, 574 yards on 126 carries this season for her, 5 touchdowns on the field. And she will get the call on first down right up the middle. Nice push by the offensive line. Here's the Lone Star Glory starting offense. Ace Fennick at quarterback, Ike McBride at running back. Mateo Pravado is at fullback. Ziggy Ronick, Greg Soto, and Deuce Fennick with B.E. Robo, the wide receivers. Garrison Blue and Hank Earl Troll are the tight ends. Second down and 2 after the nice gain on first. Split back single receiver. Linebackers crowd the line. It's going to be floated to the far side and intercepted. And this one's going to go back for 6 on the second play of the game. Jacksonville is on the board first. And it is Bernard Gooden in his 8th season in the SFL who gets the touchdown.
Well, that's a way to start the game, isn't it, Michael? The Jacksonville Kings corners actually playing with outside leverage, both of them. Man-to-man coverage. And Bernard Gooden was expecting the out route all the way.
We were talking in pregame about the interception problem for Jordan Sipe, the Jacksonville Kings quarterback. But right behind, with now 21 interceptions all the year, Ace Fennick throws the pick 6 on only the second play of the game. Really good job by Bernard Gooden. One-on-one coverage, jumped in front of the route, forced the receiver wide to the outside. And that results in 6 Jacksonville points, and we've only had 2 plays from scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a mirror route between the wide receivers. Both wide receivers running out routes, the tight end running a seam. And really, there wasn't anything to throw to. The quarterback Ace Fennick should have just taken the sack or thrown out of bounds.
And on 2nd and 1, when you got 8 yards on first down, I'm not sure why you don't give it right back to the running back, Ike McBride, and let her go to work. Either way, it's going to be Lone Star ball again, as the kickoff from Jordan Bradshaw goes deep. From the goal line, it'll be Deuce Fennick to bring it out to the 27-yard line. Since I didn't get a chance to before, here's the Jacksonville Kings defense. The defensive line is Logan Gardner, Joey Schwint, Forrest Dalton, and Taquan Hale. Linebackers John Martin, Garrett Hudson, and Chuck Diesel. Corners Bernard Gooden, who just made that pick 6. Terrence Pearson and Chet Maverick, Young Vaught, JT Jackson, and Stuart Zomelia are the safeties. 4 wide on first down, tight end left, 3 to the left. They're going to go right over the middle. The pass is complete. That is the tight end Garrison Blue. In his first season with Glory, came over from the Revolution in the offseason along with B. Robo.
Yeah, and one of the corners actually went on a blitz, and that vacated a spot. It's only, 7 people defending instead of 8 that you normally have on that dime defense, and it's 1st and 10.
First down of the game for the Glory. It'll be Fennec to throw again out of the backfield to McBride, which slips 1 tackle and then gets bowled over by a wave of purple after a gain of 5. McBride through the air this season, 178 yards, 1 touchdown on 45 targets. So it's just about a half as many as her carries. So they do go to that screen, that running back screen quite often. They go to the far side again. This time it's floated over the defensive back and caught. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 after the catch by Deuce Fennec.
And it's going to be interesting and very telling what they do as far
out against the run is the defense, but they throw it into the flat, and Hank Earl Troll rewards a pretty gutsy play call with a 1st down.
Yeah, you put all the guys in the middle of the field, and then you go to the outside. It's a good play call by Lone Star, getting into Jacksonville territory. And Ace Fennec not gun shy after that interception. It's also a good sign. A quarterback has to have short memory.
You have to, especially this early in the game. I formation, handoff McBride right through the middle, and she is tackled after a gain of 8. McBride doing a good job. A couple of statistical things to keep a note on today. Jukin Rukin on the defensive side for Lone Star is a half sack away from passing Kevin Bain, former Tallahassee Pride player for 10th all time. Ace Fennec with a monster day is 377 yards away from 18,000 as there goes McBride again to the outside and 1 man to beat. It was the linebacker Chuck Diesels, the only person that stopped her from potentially going all the way. And when Jacksonville's offense finally gets on the field, Jared Willis is 34 rushing yards away from 8,000 on his career.
For Lone Star, it's good to see they have some variety out of those jumbo sets. They ran first the ball inside, they passed the ball to the tight end, and now they're running to the outside. And it's important to have that balance and that diversity on offense.
Middle of the field could be wide open here with the linebackers pressing up. They come on a late blitz, and it's going to go to the outside and complete for 4 to Garrison Blue.
Yeah, and Jacksonville's defense, Michael, has to be pretty tired. I mean, they've been on the field every single play outside of the kickoffs. So that defense has to be pretty gassed at this point.
Spending almost half the first quarter on the field consecutively, although they did get the points with the pick 6. Again,
press man-to-man coverage.
Yeah, again, no back in the backfield. 4 wide, 2 tight ends. Only a 4-man rush. Fennec delivers, and it's a beautiful strike to Deuce Fennec for the touchdown.
Well, it wasn't actually press man, it was off-man coverage, but still man-to-man, and that's what you want to have with a 5 wide receiver set running corners and posts. You want to have pretty sticky coverage, but the corner just didn't have the wheels and outplay the ball.
And that was Greg Soto who made the grab for the score. 5th season in the league, 4th season with this Lone Star franchise. Soto, his 4th touchdown of the season. Actually, Garrison Blue leads the team in receiving touchdowns with 6. Top wide receiver is B. Robo with 5. And that is the 20th touchdown pass for Ace Fennec on the year. Tying up the game is Matt Fennec, completing our Fennec trio on this Lone Star team with the extra point, and it's 7-7, and we will likely finally see the Jacksonville offense here.
Yeah, and a very strong start for Ace Fennec. It's had that interception, of course. 7 of 8, the only completion is that interception. 60-plus yards and a score already here in the first quarter.
So perfect on that drive, 7 of 7. Look out, running the wrong way is Azariah Way. And he will take it up to the 16-yard line. So not fantastic starting position for the Kings. Here's the Jacksonville starting offense. Rookie Jordan Sipe takes the reins at quarterback. Jared Willis, the veteran running back. Grayson Willis, Azariah Way, Kingston Ellington, the wide receivers. Tight ends Joel Harlman, Caesar Ackerman. And on the offensive line, we've got Brian French, Alden Bleeker, and Olivia Bleeker. Sipe short over the middle. And that'll be good for a gain of 4 yards. Here's the Lone Star defense. Jukin Rukin, who remember needs only a half sack to pass Kevin Bain for 10th all-time in sacks. Yogi Barr, Stephen Fellows the second, and Tina Begin on the defensive line. Freddie Trammell, Bogey Barr, and Jay March are the linebackers. Mickey McGuire, Bo Martin Jr. the corners. Rain Rie, Jeff Spicoli, Albert Begin, and Nate Hall are the safeties. Tight end left. They're going to hand it off the wrong side that direction to Grayson Willis. He is chased down from behind by Bo Martin Jr. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, I like the play call going with the outside run. You know, it was a heavy loaded formation with 2 tight ends on one side of the field, make it a 3rd and very manageable. Lone Star, 10th best in the SFL in rushing yards per game, only allowing 83 rushing yards. And it looks like they may try another stretch play here to the top side, Michael.
Willis, 604 yards, 5 touchdowns on the ground. They are going to go with up the middle this time, and the Glory blow it up. Finishing off the tackle is Freddie Trammell, and it'll be 4th down and 3. So the Jacksonville defense is going to be right back on the field, and we've seen right there the main problem plaguing the Jacksonville Kings this season is they've just struggled to move the ball.
Yeah, and they had a safety down low, Lone Star did, so that was about 8 different guys ready to stop the run, and only with 6 blockers, that's just not going to happen.
Howard McCoy to punt it away for Jacksonville. This will be good field position. A crunching hit is delivered by Stuart Zomelia on Deuce Fennick, but still decent field position for Lone Star at their own 44-yard line. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. We put the fan in fantasy, and McBride is living out of fantasy right now against the Jacksonville defense as he has another long run for a 1st down.
You know, and it goes to the point where, you know, Jacksonville's defense is pretty tired, so that's exactly what you do. You pull a guard, you know, allow him to take on the safety and continue to gash this front of Jacksonville, who is just gasping for air.
I'd expect him to go right back to the well, split back, 2
Look
by
for the
1
post route here, though.
wide. 3-step drop for Ace, and Ace Fennick delivers a strike to the post route, and it is caught by Greg Soto, who caught the touchdown earlier.
Yeah, both safeties were very open, as you can see here on the replay. That was Somalia and Vaught. They were very, very open, you know, outside of the hashes each. So that's the middle of the field wide open for Greg Soto.
Don't look now, but Lone Star is right back approaching the red zone at the 22-yard line. Handoff, Fennick, or excuse me, McBride running left, slips by 1 tackler, but then gets crunched by the linebacking duo of Garrett Hudson and John Martin.
You don't see very often is a power play from the offset single back, so it's basically Ike McBride going from right all the way to the left. You know, blocking has to be really solid up front, otherwise that play gets blown up in the backfield pretty easily. And now with 2 wide receivers, maybe they're going to try the out route again, bottom of the screen.
That's what they scored the touchdown on the first time. It'll be Soto down there. They're going to go back towards him. He's going to make the catch and get knocked down at the 10-yard line. So 1st down and goal to go for the Glory.
Yeah, and that's the out route. That time it wasn't man-to-man coverage. That time was a zone. And Greg Soto runs the route right in front of the corner.
This time they go 1 by 2 wide receivers. McBride alone in the backfield. Fennick under center. Play action. Short over the middle. Pass is caught at the 5 and down to the 3-yard line that time. And we will have a 2nd and goal from the infrared zone. And this is when you got to lean on that running back.
Yeah, for sure. And I've seen the power formations for Lone Star here in the past couple of drives. And there we go again. This is going to be a run to Ack McBride right up the middle. And there's just not enough guys here up the middle, Michael, on defense.
It's going to be strength on strength to try and stop Ike McBride. And the defense gets it done, only allowing about a half-yard gain there, but averaging 8.7 yards a carry in the early going here.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation here on 3rd and goal. Let's look at the formation here and see what they can do. Split backs. Oh, another pass.
Throwing back of the end zone, second interception by Fennick. Maybe a little bit greedy by the Glory there. It's Garrett Hudson with the interception, his second of the season.
Yeah, it's just not a great play call, honestly, by Lone Star. You know, throwing the ball here in very tight coverage. Normally in that side, you want to run the ball or maybe, you know, swing it to your halfback, see if you can get something. But, you know, you have a very, very short field and there's just not a lot of space.
Yeah, the out-of-bounds line, especially the back of the end zone, can sometimes be the 12th defender when you're in a short field situation like that. Jordan Sight back to work. He finds, I believe that's Kingston Ellington. No, it was Caesar Ackerman over the middle for 5, or for 7, actually. That was more impressive than I thought. It's going to be important for Jacksonville to find some offensive rhythm, move the ball, take some time off the clock to give their defense a little bit of a break. Out route, Grayson Willis picks up 4 and a first down out to the 32.
Yeah, and going back to the last play, Caesar Ackerman is more of an H-back type of player than a conventional tight end. You know, his size about 6'1", 240, 250 pounds. It's more of a type of the H-back kind of player. Very good route runner.
Same exact formation, offset I2 tight ends with 2 receivers to the opposite side. Willis makes a man miss, makes 2 men miss, and for all that work, gains 5 yards.
Yeah, great job by him. You know, it was probably going to be about a 1-yard loss, turns it into a 5-yard gain. And Jacksonville needs to string first downs here, Michael, because their defense, as we've been saying, it's been on the field for most of the first quarter.
And 7-7, but really only because of the Jacksonville defense. 2 interceptions, 1 returned for a touchdown, and the other in the back of the end zone to prevent a Lone Star touchdown. Sight on the run. The ball pops up into the air as he is hammered by Tina Begin, and it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that was very dangerous. That could have been a fumble, but Jordan Sipes' arm did move forward. And on 3rd and 5, this is the first situation where Jacksonville has a 3rd and 5, a 3rd and medium. So I don't think they're going to run it this time. I think this is definitely a pass. Maybe a slant?
Potentially. It is 3rd down and 5, as you said. Bell tie snap for Sipe. He's going to just loft it over the middle, hope that somebody can get there. And Jay Mart swats it away with his right hand. And it is 4th down and 5. So only a single first down on that drive for Jacksonville. They're going to punt it away with 1:05 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they did try the slant to Caesar Ackerman. I do not hate the play call, man-to-man coverage. You know, if the tight end can get the inside leverage, that's going to be pretty much an easy completion, but a great job by the linebacker swatting that one away.
Second punt for Howard McCoy. Again, going to be decent field position for Lone Star, especially with that nice return by Juice Fennick.
Yeah, and it's going to be a matter of Lone Star protecting the football, I feel, in this game more than anything here for the rest of this one. Because, you know, the first quarter has been any indication is the fact that Lone Star does look more complete, I think, on both sides of the football, Michael. It's just the fact that those 2 interceptions have really, really hurt him.
Strong side left, handoff to McBride, breaks 1 tackle, shoulders another defender to the ground, and picks up 4 yards. That play was dead to rights, but Ike McBride had the strength to get 3.
Yeah, still kudos to John Martin for the, you know, slowing down Ike McBride. That was textbook counter blocking on the tackle, and unfortunately he could not complete the job.
Pathetic against a three-man rush, completes it over the middle to Garrison Blue, but he was facing the wrong way, couldn't turn for a first down. Gain of 4, 3rd down and 2, as that could very well be the last play of a very interesting first quarter.
Yeah, so you put your players on the field. If you like the look, then you go for it right here in the first quarter. If you don't, you just wait for the second quarter.
3 seconds to go. They're in power I. They're going to snap it to McBride, looking for a lane, trying to push the pile, and they don't get it. It's 4th down and 1, and that concludes the end of the first quarter. So when we come back, Jacksonville will get the ball back after executing their first ever defensive stop of the game. It's Glory 7, King 7. This is the Simulation Football League on YouTube. Welcome back to Kings Lair Stadium in Jacksonville, Florida. My name is Michael Turillo, happy to have your company. Ramos Lynn alongside me in commentary. Mark Lopez doing stats for us this evening. They're lined up to go for it on 4th and 1 to start the second quarter. Although I do believe
it's just a bluff.
Unlikely they will snap the football.
Yeah.
And they will let the clock run down and call a timeout. The SFL produces over 400 live events each year, but don't miss community content creators and their creations. Catch SFL Nights with AJ Stryker, Say It With Your Chest, Around the SFL and more, covering season 19 and beyond. To check out archived versions of community shows, visit simulationfl.net and click the logo of your favorite form of SFL entertainment on our homepage. Second quarter getting underway. We started with a punt by the Glory. And it'll be up to Jacksonville to try and get their offense moving a little bit. They've only have 1 first down, and that was because of a little bit of improvisation by Jared Willis.
Yep.
And if you're in that coordinator's chair, what do you do to try and get the Jacksonville offense moving, Ramos?
Well, I think the short passes is going to be basically what they have to do. Some sort of like natural pick plays where, you know, a guy goes like on a slant, another guy goes in and out, or like shallow crosses. You know, stuff like that can keep your quarterback on a rhythm. This time they go with 3 wide receivers and a tight end, maybe a quick out here on the bottom of the screen.
Bunch formation to the left. They're going to hand it off to Willis.
Good play.
Nice hole up the middle. They hand it off strong side with that bunch formation, and you get extra blockers out there.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And they show a passing formation, so Lone Star is mostly expecting passing, and they go with a run. A good blocking up front by the offensive line. A really talented offensive line at that.
They got 3 names to look for: Olivia Bleeker, Alden Bleeker, and Brian French. All 3 have been all-stars before in the SFL. Look out, Sipes going long, and he's got himself a receiver behind the safety. Grayson Willis hauls in a huge grab, and it's a Jacksonville first down into enemy territory at the 38.
Yeah, so in one play you show a passing formation and you run it, and the second play you show a running formation and then you pass it deep. You know, that's a way to have a defensive coordinator confused. I think they're going to go back to Jared Willis, though, on this play.
Jacksonville just inside the Lone Star 40. It'll be a free play with a jump off sides, and that pass is knocked away. He was looking for Caesar Ackerman for the second time. Will not matter because it'll be first down and 5. Also going on right now on YouTube, we've got the Indianapolis Ramblers and the Charleston Predators. That's the man himself, Cameron Irvine, and Liam Crowder on commentary in that one.
Yeah, so no, I was just gonna say sorry about that. Yeah, so it's a first and short situation here, 1st and 5. Whole playbook is open. You know, I would not be surprised if Jacksonville tries to go deep again. You know, they have a chance. Why not? 1st and 5.
Stipe is going to drop back, cock his arm and fire, caught at the 10 and falling down to the 8. It's Grayson Willis with his second straight grab over the middle.
Yeah, and great decision right there by Stipe. The corners have outside leverage, single high safety, and there's no way Aller began. A very talented safety, don't get me wrong, very athletic, but there's no way he can come up from the other side of the field to prevent that post route. In Jacksonville, all of a sudden, after not having the ball pretty much all game, have a chance to go up in the lead one more time.
And it's a second offsides jump from Lone Star in this drive. I'm not sure if you accept this here. They get down to the 3 with Grayson Willis.
You accept this. I will accept it.
So they will accept the penalty, take first and goal from about the 4, I guess?
Yeah, so you prefer first and goal from the 4 than second and goal from the 3. You know, it's 1 yard in this part of the field. You know, you'd rather have one more down than one more yard for sure.
Like more of a passing formation on first and goal, and that pass is nearly intercepted. He was looking for Grayson Willis for a 3rd time in a row, and it was knocked away before it could get to him by Mickey McGuire.
Yeah, and Stipe just didn't see Kingston Ellington going on a slant route. As you can see right there on the replay, 82, man, wide open. He just didn't see him.
That would be the season 18 All-Star participant Kingston Ellington, who was wide open, but Stipe is a rookie quarterback. He was zoned in on his top receiver, trying to get him the ball. And it didn't really work out that time. Now they go back to I formation. Maybe they try to do something with Jared Willis here. It's going to be another pass. Max protect, and he goes to the corner of the end zone, and this time Caesar Ackerman hauls it in for 6.
Yeah, great call. It's a deep drop back. That way you give your quarterback more time to read the protection of the Lone Star Glory. Caesar Ackerman on the out route, as I said, more of an H-back. You know, he's a tough guy to match up against because, you know, at 6'1", do you really put a linebacker on him? Maybe he's too slow, but you're really not going to put a corner one-on-one because the corner is too light for him. So it's a tough matchup to go against.
Fills an interesting niche size-wise at tight end, right? Because he's got the size to where he's an excellent blocker as well in the running game. But he can also go out and run routes like that. That was an excellent little corner route to the sideline to make the catch for the touchdown.
Yeah, surely. Absolutely. He's more the Shannon Sharp type of tight end. You know, 6'1", 6'2", 230, 240. Rather than, you know, the Rob Gronkowski type of tight end that you can see in the league, with guys such as Mike Dax. Shameless plug.
Ackerman's second touchdown on the season, and he is now over 600 yards receiving on the year as well. Came into the game with 592. Juice Fennick running left, gets out to the 28-yard line. Playoffs coming up soon. We've only got 4 weeks till the end of the regular season, and those playoff spots are starting to take shape, and we still have 2 teams undefeated, which I didn't think we'd be saying at this point of the season. Baltimore, you'd expect at 9-0, but where did London come from?
Well, it's Robert Merrill, and that's the reason why, to me, Robert Merrill is the MVP of the season. You know, coming out of nowhere to just destroy the league.
Ike McBride up the middle for 5.
You know, and Robert Merrill has been in the league, for a very long time. He was a really good wide receiver in Alaska back in the day, and now taking his talents to a running back as of a few seasons ago, and you could argue he's the best running back in the league at this point.
And Lone Star still on the outside, looking in playoff-wise at 4-4. McBride, little stunt to the left, dives forward to try and get the first down. Will not pick it up. And it'll be 3rd down and 2. Other teams at 4-4, Canton, Minnesota, and Atlanta. And we have seen teams make the playoffs at 6-6, Ramos, but this year whoa, hold out. We'll finish that point later as Ike McBride rolls into enemy territory. Excellent blocking up front by the offensive line, and there was nothing stopping McBride from cutting to the secondary.
I think Jackson was expecting a pass. They were running a pass defensive line stunt where they were trying to rush the passer, and Joey Schwint on his way to the quarterback just missed the running back, running just right past him. A great play call by Lone Star right there on a 3rd and short.
Lone Star now down 7 for the second time in the ball game, driving into Jacksonville territory. 7:10 to go second quarter.
Quick out route here, bottom of the screen.
Single left. They go to that single covered receiver. It is B. Robo, and Robo gains 8 yards, pushed out of bounds by Bernard Gooden. What I was saying is that there have been times where 6-6 is good enough to get you into the playoffs. Something tells me this year it might take 7-5.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I completely agree with you. By the way, I'm not sure if Dave Axis has sued B.E. Robo for stealing his number and his sleeves.
Replay for Lone Star. It is the offsides bug, and it has infected both teams early on in this contest. It is a first down on the play, but they may just accept the penalty anyway. They'd get about the same number of yards.
Neutral zone infraction, number 90, defense, 5-yard penalty.
And the Glory will accept, move the ball 5 yards downfield, take that automatic first down.
Yeah, probably the wide receiver got like 4.5 or something like that. You take, it's, same result. You take the penalty. It's all good. Really good drive here by Lone Star. Being very balanced and unpredictable. Maybe look for another swing pass here to the tight end bottom of the screen.
They are going to go to the tight end, to Hank Earl Troll. He's driven back for a 5-yard gain. Obviously, Ike McBride, the standout so far, 77 yards on 10 carries, and also 13 yards on 2 receptions as well. Two tight ends left in the formation split back. We could be seeing that stretch run play again, but no. It's going to be a weak side toss to McBride, and right there to make the tackle is John Martin.
Wow, what a play right there by Martin. A couple drives ago, he had a really impressive counter block on the tackle. He barely missed the tackle behind the line of scrimmage by Ike McBride, but he gets his retribution right there. 3rd down and 5. Look for another post route here, probably to B.E. Robo, Michael.
From just outside the red zone to the 24. Fennec moves in the pocket, throws across the middle, and it's broken up. A diving pass breakup by Stuart Zomelia, and it is 4th down, and Lone Star we're going to attempt a field goal.
Yeah, and Jacksonville did a really good job at disguising the coverage. They were showing off man, and the corners basically crashed into the short zone, and Stuart Zomelia playing the center fielder all over Greg Soto. Great play defensively, clean play. 4th and 5. It's going to be an easy attempt for the kicker, but Jacksonville is going to it's just going to keep the lead.
You hear coaches talking about it all the time. Sacrificing your body, getting in the right place to make a play, even if it hurts a little bit standing up. And that's exactly what Stuart Zomelia did on that last play, because, man, that must have hurt because he took a lick to make that play, but he swatted the ball down. It was almost in Greg Soto's hands, and it was swatted away at the very last second.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a great call right there, and great execution on the play by the safety, because you cannot get there very early if otherwise it's going to be a PI. So you have to make the hit right, at the right time. And that's exactly what he did.
Fennec's kick is up and good. He's 100% on field goals for the season now, 15 of 15. Jordan Bradshaw, who we will see for Jacksonville, or we already have seen for Jacksonville, 2 extra points, is also perfect on the season, 16 for 16 on field goals. Azariah Way returns the ball up to the 23-yard line, and that's where Jacksonville will start with a 4-point advantage as we approach halftime. 5:10 to go. The Kings looking for another drive like their last one, which ended in the touchdown. Sight steps up in the pocket, throws, it's intercepted. He tried to force it into traffic, and Bo Martin Jr. made him pay for it.
Yeah, and I don't think that was a terrible play by the quarterback side, because we're going to take a look at the replay. Bo Martin just comes across with a football. I mean, that wasn't even his responsibility, but he just finds the football going back into his coverage. I mean, I cannot fault Jordan Sipe a lot for that. He just didn't see him.
It looked like he was trying to go to his fellow rookie Joel Horrellman. Third-round pick out of Annapolis, and he looks like on the replay that Sipe just overcooked it. Another free play, turning upfield, trying to move the feet is Garrison Blue. He'll get about 5, so they'll probably accept the penalty again. But going back to that interception play, I mean, it looked like Jordan Sipe just tried to force it into a window that was closed too quickly.
Yeah, he probably threw the ball, a fraction of a second too late. He did a really nice job of stepping up in the pocket. That's another point, is the fact that he got some pressure. Otherwise, he probably could have gotten rid of the football about, a quarter of a second earlier.
And now the Lone Star Glory in a position to take the lead. 1st and 5, and sliding backwards with the football is Greg Soto for another first down to the 25. So this is exactly the position that the Glory were in on their last drive when they were forced to settle for a field goal. The red zone defense for Jacksonville has been great. 2 trips, 1 interception, and 1 forced field goal.
Yep, exactly. And with a 1st and 10 right now, Lone Star has a wide open playbook. I think you run it here with McBride.
She has been the most efficient mode of transportation for that football the Glory have had, but that time, nothing doing. A yard, if that. Logan Gardner, the rookie week 2 signing, pushed the pile and made the initial hit.
Yeah, that was actually Bravado with the carry, and they send McBride to go as a decoy on the outside. But that one is going to McBride for sure up the middle.
High formation, no wideouts, hand off to McBride, power football. She sheds a couple of tacklers and gets out to the 19-yard line. Again, a play that the Jacksonville defense looked like they had dead to rights behind the line of scrimmage. McBride makes something out of nothing.
3rd and 4 with the ball at the 19-yard line. A tricky situation here again. You still have enough room to throw the ball deep, but you're likely gonna just throw it just past the sticks. Maybe an out here top of the screen or something.
It's gonna go just past the sticks. Did Blue keep his feet in bounds? And that's actually B. Robo, and yes, he did keep his feet in bounds. First down at the Jacksonville 13, so the Glory continue to inch the ball forward towards the end zone. The SFL Weekly Fantasy Contest is up and running. You can draft the best team every week while staying under the salary cap, or maybe you just want to enhance your SFL experience. It's free to play, no season-long commitment, and a new contest opens every Tuesday night. Join now and show off your fantasy skills to the rest of the league. Contact Jack Wall, Stephen Hacker, or Hunter Norwood to join today. Just over 3 minutes to go before halftime. It's going to go short over the middle to Hank Earl Troll. The rookie has had a couple of targets and a couple of catches tonight. Coming into the game, only 5 catches for 42 yards. He already has 2 receptions in the ball game.
Yeah, 2nd and 4 this time. With the ball at the 7-yard line. This is going to go to Ike McBride, and they have a safety, Jacksonville does. So 8 players in the box.
But it's another free play. McBride lowers the shoulder, picks up the first down anyway. It would have been 1st and goal from the 2. Man, this is the most offsides I think I've seen in a half this season. I think each team has 3, if I'm counting correctly.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Of course, Lone Star declines the penalty. They get a couple extra yards and still the 1st and goal. So yeah, you're right. I mean, it's been pretty crazy so far.
And the 5th penalty in the quarter combined by both teams. So bit of a messy, sloppy quarter, especially on the defensive line for both sides. 1st and goal. Can Lone Star punch it in here? It's McBride out of the backfield, and she is stopped up short. Touchdown saving tackle by Garrett Hudson.
Oh, very, very good play by the linebacker. Not easy to go from the middle of the field to the other sideline to make a tackle. 2nd down and goal. And this is going to be the 2-minute warning. They're not going to get snap off.
It will be the 2-minute warning. Lone Star trying to take the lead before the break. Jacksonville trying to hang on. The Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube.
So if they pass it, sorry, Michael, if they pass it here, I think you go scap protection. You absolutely release every single receiver. Look for McBride here, bottom of the screen.
A critical moment late in the first quarter, and it's actually the fullback, Mateo Provato, who scampers in for the 1-yard touchdown.
You know, I wasn't expecting that, and neither was the Jacksonville defense. A great play call right there, and great blocking by the offensive line, parting the Red Sea and getting in the end zone. A great drive by Lone Star. Not enough time, well, still enough time for Jacksonville, but not a lot of time for Jacksonville to score again, and coming away with 7 points.
Chuck Diesel, the inside linebacker for Jacksonville, was on the goal line staring right at Provato, but the 6'2", 240-pound fullback drove right by him and easily got into the purple and gold painted turf here at Kings Lair Field and gives the Lone Star Glory the 17-14 lead. Other action coming at you this week on the SFL network. Later tonight at 8:45 p.m. Eastern, it's Baltimore tries to continue their reign of terror against Minnesota. Minnesota is an expansion team that is sneaking towards a playoff spot. And look out, breaking a tackle is Ariziah Way, and he gets up to the 38-yard line. Excellent return. Mateo Provato, that was his first touchdown of the season, and by way of the chat, I believe that is his first touchdown in the SFL in general, so congratulations to Mateo.
Nice. Now this positively changes your play calling on offense, Michael.
And they may be trying to go a little bit more aggressive here. Sipe, time to sit in the pocket, deliver downfield, and it's caught! Kingston Ellington into Lone Star territory past the 30-yard line. One play to get them into field goal range.
Yeah, and you do not have to call any timeouts. You still have a lot of time, 90 seconds and counting. 1st down and 10. You can even run it here if you want to.
Still 3 timeouts for the Kings. They may go that way. Jared Willis dots the offset eye, strong side to the right. Sipe under center. They will hand it off that way. And breaking through the defensive line like a hot knife through butter is Stephen Fellows for the sack. Or for the tackle for loss, excuse me. Sipe now throws to Willis out of the backfield. Willis nowhere to go. He's bottled up by Rain Rie, and Jacksonville is forced to call a timeout after a disastrous set of 2 plays for the offense, but a great set of plays for the defense.
Yeah, I was gonna use the word disastrous. That was pretty bad. You know, you can run if you lose 2 yards, that's okay, but you can go into the huddle and change your play. There was just not a lot of options right there, and it's gonna be a 3rd and very long. Look for the post route top of the screen. The safety's down low.
I'm surprised they didn't call a timeout after the play was blown up in the backfield. Looking long, and a great catch at the 10. Timeout Jacksonville, and they're going to have 56 seconds and 1 stoppage to try and bust this into the end zone. Nice pass by WR1 Grayson Willis.
No, absolutely, and again, the safety was down low. The post route was pretty open, and that's a good read by Jordan Sipe. 1st and 10 with 56 seconds left, and well, it's stopped right now. With the ball at the 11-yard line.
I think when in doubt, you just put it in the general vicinity of your top wide receiver and let him go get it. That's what Grayson Willis has been doing all game long. Again, they're going to go 5 wide, 1st and 10. Over the middle it goes to the 5-yard line. Up tempo now. Go the Kings.
Do it again. Another slant to Harlan.
It's going to go back corner. It's going to be intercepted. Sipe threw up a jump ball, and Mickey McGuire jumped over the receiver and came down with it.
Yeah, just not smart football right there by the play caller. You know, you're throwing a post right into double coverage. Gunny was all over it. And that's a great opportunity, Mike, for, you know, at least a tie game down the drain.
You can't give up a turnover in that position. You got to at least get 3 end of the first quarter, or end of the second quarter, rather, going into halftime tied. And now Lone Star has 40 seconds left in timeouts. They might try to do some damage of their own here and really turn the screws on Jacksonville.
Yeah, especially since that play was pretty successful for 8 yards and went out of bounds. So Lone Star gets to save the 2 timeouts, still 36 seconds left. With 2 timeouts, it's plenty of time to get into field goal range.
Maybe they won't try. It's split backs, no wideouts. And another free play. They're going to hand it off to Pravado. The penalty does stop the clock, though.
Yep. And gives him a first down.
Great statistic from Mark Lopez, who is doing our stats tonight. All the catches by Grayson Willis have been for 20-plus yards, 35, 35, and 21. So he's been the big play threat for Jacksonville.
Yep.
As they are still hanging on in this game. 7 downs by 3, 17-14, and despite the fact that the Glory have had the lion's share of possession.
Yep. You know, and he has accounted, Grayson Willis has, for 90 of the 150 yards of Sipe. So he's been the main guy for sure.
We're going to run it with McBride looking to get to the outside. Almost got there. Nice tackle in the middle. I think that was Terrence Pearson who made this stop. Might have been Bernard Gooden as well. McBride again, stretch play left, knocked down by Hudson. And I think this should take us to halftime unless they want to call a timeout. They will snap it. McBride takes it, and this time the defense is ready for that play to the left. As Chuck Diesel will make the tackle to end the first half. An entertaining first half of football from the 904 here in the Sunshine State. Kings 14, Lone Star Glory 17, and it is second halftime with myself, Michael Toretto, Ramos Lynn. Alongside me in commentary, Mark Lopez is our statistician this evening. Cameron Irvine, as always, is the broadcast producer and also doing double duty tonight because he is calling the Charleston-Indianapolis game at the same time. Charleston leading Indy 20-13. The bright spot for Jacksonville is they do start the second half with the football. They'll do so from their own 24. Ramos, we didn't get an extended halftime there. Tell me your thoughts on the first half as a whole.
You know, I think it was a pretty balanced game. You know, the Jacksonville Kings started off hot with a pick six. Then Lone Star was able to tie the game at 7 if you were just joining us. And I think it's been a very tight, competitive game with 2 quarterbacks who've been hit or miss. You know, good completion percentage for both of them, but 3 picks combined.
High snap for Sipe. The receiver breaks free over the middle, and Snipe has it right in Caesar Ackerman's grasp.
Just too quick for the linebacker. You know, if the linebacker doesn't get immediate inside position, it's game over. As you can see, that the linebacker Trammell is just, you know, trying to push him, trying to bump him, but not enough for the tight end to be stopped. And it's a great first pass for Jacksonville to get to the 38 and set up their offense nicely.
You want to know how much the Jacksonville Kings offense loves Caesar Ackerman? He has the second highest number of receptions on the team. He's second to Jared Willis. He's got more receptions than Grayson Willis does this season. In the flat to Jared Willis, and he will pick up 8 on a nice stretch play. That's wild, Ramos. I don't think anywhere except your Mexico City Aztecs have I seen a tight end lead the team in receptions.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. But again, it's a great matchup. If you can exploit it correctly, I think it's the ultimate weapon, the tight end.
They have exploited it to excellent use in this game. Sipe, again, plenty of time in the pocket. Give a quick shout out to Olivia and Alden Bleeker and Brian French, holding down the offensive line. And it's another first down, this time to Foreman, the fullback. Or to Foreman, Foreman, the fullback.
Yeah. And Jared Willis, Michael, has been pretty much, held to nothing. It's 4 attempts, only 8 yards rushing, 4 catches, 18 yards, and most of those 18 yards on the 8-yard grab on the previous couple plays.
Type again with time, but throws it into traffic. He was looking for Ackerman again. Freddie Trammell knocked it down. Trammell, who also does double duty as the head scout for this Lone Star team.
Yeah, and that time it was zone coverage, and he got good position, good inside leverage position on that one. Look for Grayson Willis on another post route here.
Floated to Jared Willis. He tries to spin away from Mickey McGuire, but McGuire wraps him up 3rd down and 4.
Good job. It's a clear route or a clear pattern, essentially. Grayson Willis and Kingston Ellington go deep, and it was a swing pass all the way. So you just clear that lane, clear that space, and toss it to your halfback.
3rd down and 4. This has been a good opening drive to the second half for Jacksonville. Sipe, middle, finds one of those billion receivers wearing purple and gold out there. The one that came down with it this time is Azariah Way. And it is a first down.
First catch for Azariah Way here in this game. He's been pretty decent in kickoffs, in kickoff returns, but that's his first catch. A big one at that, putting his team in field goal range.
Sometimes the solution is just to put everybody with a jersey on over the middle, throw the ball there, and somebody's bound to come up with it. 17-14 our score, 8:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. Sipe has a dangerous pass into double coverage, but Azariah Way comes down with it and bails out his quarterback, his 2nd straight grab.
A great play by Way. As well, we don't get a replay, but he got the inside position on the corner and was able to get that grab. Jordan Sipe, much better here in the second half as what he, finished the first half.
204 yards already on the game. Looks like they go back to a running formation. They pass it to the fullback who tries to spin.
Well,
no, excuse me, that was Joel Harleman, the tight end, who lined up right at the edge of that formation.
Also with his first catch of the game, as Jacksonville finally just opening up those weapons. 2nd and 2. They may try to pass it again. So
yeah, last time they threw an interception. This time they go stretch play left, and Jared Willis finds his way to the house for a Jacksonville touchdown, and the Kings retake the lead.
Excellent play call right there. I thought they were going to pass it, showing those tight ends and the wide receivers in the offset, but a great job on blocking on the outside. As you can take a look at Grayson Willis on Bo Martin Jr. as well, doing a great seal block. And Jacksonville with a very impressive drive to start here in the 3rd quarter.
Jordan Bradshaw on to attempt the extra point. 9 plays, 75 yards. And 7 of 8 passing on the drive for Jordan Sipe. Only 1 rushing play, and that was the 3-yard touchdown run by Jared Willis. So, Jacksonville back on top of this topsy-turvy game. And really, Lone Star has never led because it was 7-0 after the pick 6 early. Then Lone Star tied the game at 7. Jacksonville scored to make it 14-7. Oh, actually, Lone Star led 17-14 with a 10-point run in the 2nd quarter, and then Jacksonville now has a 21-17 lead. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for info about the league and its 28 teams, all the places you can watch live games, plus links to apparel from Sector 6 and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. See all the league records, team stats, and player leaderboards, the rankings of the next class of SFL talent, and so much more at simulationfl.net, your home for everything SFL. Ike McBride trying to lower the shoulder and get her team back into this game, and she picks up 7 yards. She's been the outstanding individual performer for me so far today.
Yeah, for sure. You know, for this Lone Star team has to be now approaching 100 yards rushing. Ike McBride, as well as about 20 yards receiving, been the main focus of this offense, alongside Greg Soto, who's having a solid game.
McBride was held to only 45 yards rushing last week against Houston, a game that Lone Star eventually won 27-24 against the Houston Headhunters, which was a big game for potential divisional seeding, as the Headhunters now sit only a game back of Houston for third place in the South Division. Mexico City and Fort Worth on top of that division at 6-2 and 6-3, respectively. Time, middle, nice catch made by Soto. He breaks a tackle and is dragged down inside the 35.
Seriously, that was a really good defensive play call. But unfortunately for the Jacksonville Kings, Stuart Sameli just didn't find the football. He had great space or great read on it. He just overplayed it.
Rizzo Melia had that really good pass breakup to force the Lone Star field goal in the red zone in the second quarter. That time he tried to make a break on the ball. Couldn't get there in time, and he gets burned by Greg Soto. That is a fullback handoff to Mateo Provado. He doesn't get much of anything. Second down and 10. Taking a look at the East Division, where Jacksonville resides. It's been a slobber knocker of a division this season. Florida leads the way at 4-4. Atlanta a half game back 4-5. Louisiana 3-5, and Jacksonville 1-7. Not the season they would have wanted. Both of these teams made the playoffs last year, and Lone Star went all the way to the championship game, yet they have underperformed in this campaign.
Yeah, I mean, they're a tough out, Jacksonville is. And, you know, Lone Star is taking note of that. You know, we had to play them also week 1, convention week, and, you know, they took us to overtime. It's a really, you know, tough team. It's a tough place to play. They're much better than the 1-7 record may suggest.
Their one win was over the Fort Worth Toros 26-6 back in week 5. Fennick scrambles and goes down.
Out of field goal range.
Had a second chance to look for somebody downfield, but could not get away from the impending grasp of Joey Schwint. And that does knock him out of field goal range. He went down all the way back at the 41.
Joey Schwint, very familiar with this offensive line, and Ace Fennick, for that matter, former Toro player. And that's a sack that you cannot take if you're Ace Fennick. You just got out of field goal range.
That'll force a punt out of Max Luna. First time we've seen him on the field today. Swings the right leg through it, trying to get this down inside the 5, and that's just going to sit at the 6-yard line. So Jacksonville backed up in the shadow of their own end zone. 4:30 to go in the third quarter. This is a pivotal drive for Jacksonville here, Ramos. They could really make a statement by going up by 2 scores.
Yeah, surely. You know, first they have to concentrate on flipping the field, as you normally do in this type of offenses. Just try to get a couple runs, maybe a short pass, and try to flip the field first. And then you think of potentially scoring some points.
7 in the box for Lone Star on this 1st and 10. It's going to be a flip to Willis. Makes 2 men miss with the spin, and he's tackled by Freddie Trammell after a gain of 6.
You take a look at the numbers by the quarterbacks, very similar. I mean, on the yards, Sipe has more, but 1 touchdown, 2 picks for both of them. And the style of play has been pretty similar so far, Michael. If you look at, you know, the targets on the wide receivers, it's been pretty similar.
I think Jacksonville favors tight ends more than Lone Star does in terms of pass is thrown to. That is just a release valve as the defensive line broke through, and it'll go for no yards, 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, a tough situation right there for Jacksonville, as Jared Willis had a lot of space to get a 1st down and more, but Jordan Saib just took too long to throw the pass. They may try something similar here. They go, well, it's similar enough. Look for the deep fade route here, top of the screen to Kingston Ellington, man.
Press coverage by the corners. It will be Kingston Ellington, but it wasn't a fade, it was a post. But Ellington does the job and grabs the football for a big 1st down.
Yeah, an interesting play call and great execution by Jacksonville, because the safety was in the middle of the field. That's why I suggested the fade route. You know, the outside looked pretty open, as, man, the corner just could not get to it. Great effort, but a great pass by Jordan Saib.
Mickey McGuire stretched out to try and get a fingertip on that pass, but it was complete. Haven't seen Grayson Willis a lot in this 2nd half yet. He was the deep threat for Jacksonville in the 1st. It's going to be another swing pass out to the flat. Jared Willis can't really do anything with that.
Good tackle here in the open field, as Jared Willis has made several Glory players miss throughout the game. But a great job right there making the tackle one-on-one. And, you know, Jacksonville has done job number 1, which is get out of the shadow of your own goalpost. You know, they've successfully flipped the field a little bit. So let's see what they do from here.
Just past their own 30. 7-step drop for...
Watch out!
Stipe, and that was dangerous. Jay Mart was the linebacker in coverage, and I don't hate the read there, Ramos. You've got one-on-one coverage against the linebacker, but Jay Mart had inside position to knock the ball away.
Yeah, great discipline by Jay Mart. Has seen the out route before in this game, so he got in good position, as you said, and almost got the interception. 3rd and 8. Let's see what they do here. It's an empty set.
They have converted on 3rd down once already this drive to get out to this position on the field. Low snap, sight, pressure in his face, gets drilled as he lets it go and throws another interception. And this time the Glory have excellent field position of the Jacksonville 29. Jeff Spicoli, the rookie out of Tacoma, makes the grab and flips the field for Lone Star.
Yeah, and that's exactly what has hurt Jacksonville throughout this season is, you know, they're a solid football team when you look especially on defense, right? Like 5th in yards allowed and, you know, 1st downs allowed 8th, and, you know, they're pretty solid. But when it comes down to turnovers, 23 giveaways, that's 20th in the SFL.
Jeff Spicoli, only his 2nd, oh, no, excuse me, that is his 1st ever SFL Major League interception. So a lot of firsts today. We have a 1st touchdown run for Mateo Pravado and a 1st interception for Jeff Spicoli. So congratulations to both of those gentlemen. And Lone Star is in business, down 4 at the Jacksonville 26.
Yep, and I think they're going to give the ball to McBride here, at least on 2nd down as well.
Nope, throwing out of a jumbo package. Fennec pump fakes and gets drilled by Forrest Dalton.
Yeah, that's on Fennec. He had McBride completely open, top of the screen. And he tried to, you know, pump fake in order to just set the defense back even more, but ran out of time.
Remember a big sack by Jacksonville on their last drive. Forced Lone Star out of field goal range. They're flirting with the very edge of it right here. Fennec going deep over the middle. One-handed catch pulled in by Deuce Fennec.
Unbelievable grab. I mean, it's not bad coverage by Jacksonville. The safeties were spread a little bit too wide, but they converge middle of the field pretty quickly, and it's a great throw and an even better catch.
Man, one-handed, hanging on to it through contact. That is up there for catch of the week of the SFL, and it's only Friday. Lone Star looking to take the lead by getting it into the end zone. Trips left, single right under center is Fennec. He floats it to the far side. The pass is caught, and Garrison Blue can't turn the corner on Garrett Hudson.
Good throw, and the tight end had some space to get a touchdown. A good chase down from behind by the linebacker. 2nd and 2. And speaking about tricky situations, this is one of them. 2nd and 2 right here on this play. Maybe you go to Bravado here on 2nd down.
I think Bry doesn't have a touchdown yet. They do go to Bravado. The defense was ready for it that time.
Yep.
John Martin, the linebacker, made the tackle. 3rd down and 3 after the loss of 1.
Yeah, 3rd down and 3. Depending on what happens here, maybe 4th down territory, but we'll see. Are they going to try a quick out?
Potentially. 10 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Quick out to the bottom of the screen. It's a first down. Unbelievable. Garrison Blue didn't get to the end zone, but did pick up a first down. They needed 2 yards. They got one. But we go to the 4th quarter with Lone Star knocking on the door. This game keeps swinging back and forth. Who will win? Who knows? It's the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Stay with us. Michael Trevello and Ramos Lynn back at it for the 4th quarter here from Kingslayer Stadium in Jacksonville. A pivotal 1st down and goal to go situation for the Glory. Looking to take the lead for the 2nd time in the game. They go to Bravado. That's the play that got on the touchdown earlier, but it didn't work this time as Chuck Diesel got in there and made the stop.
Wow, what a play. Going back to the last one, love the out route. You just need to get a 1st down. Even if you don't get a touchdown right there, it's okay. Just get the 1st and goal is the priority.
Oh my God. Over the top. Looking for Hank Earl Troll. And it'll be 3rd down and goal. Does Jacksonville have another goal line stand in them?
That's another great call by Lone Star. They go bottom of the screen. The tight end was pretty open. It was just an errant throw. I like the call, but the execution was a little bit lacking.
That would have been Troll's first SFL touchdown, continuing the string of first for Lone Star players today. Throwing, Enzo knocked away.
Oh.
He was looking for Garrison Blue, but Garrett Hudson got in the way, and it's 4th and goal and a 2nd goal line stand by Jacksonville in the ball game.
Yeah, and you have to kick the field goal. You just had 3 chances from the 2, and you couldn't get an inch. So just got to kick the field goal, play defense. Still 10.5 minutes left, and you're just going to be down 1 point.
And I can't believe that Ike McBride didn't touch the ball once in that sequence.
Yeah.
19-yard field goal up and good by Matt Fennick, 21-20. Jacksonville holding on to the slimmest of leads. They will get the ball back and try to increase it further. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection. State-of-the-art technology and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Jacksonville will start from their own 23, and like their previous drive that ended in an interception only a few plays in, this drive is critical not only to potentially go up by more points, but to take time off the clock.
Yeah, no, surely. Absolutely. 10.5 minutes, just concentrate on doing your offense as far as Jacksonville is concerned.
Out route to Willis. He does stay in bounds and the clock starts to move. It'll be under 10 minutes to go by the next snap.
Yeah, 2nd down and 8. You can obviously give it to Willis again. We haven't seen much play action or anything, which could come in handy now. But I think this is going to be a swing pass or a run.
It's going to be Willis getting the ball for the 2nd straight time. This time up the middle. Falls forward for 3 more yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 6. Tonight, on the SFL network. We've got 2 games coming at you in just under an hour at 8:45. Baltimore and Minnesota. Baltimore trying to remain undefeated. Minnesota trying to pull off a ridiculous upset and get one step closer to a playoff spot. All the time in the world for Sipe. Now the pocket collapses and the pass falls harmlessly to the turf after being batted down by Tina Begin, who has been all over in the backfield in tonight's contest.
Yeah, really has. And I just don't like the play call by Jackson. You know, it not only because it didn't work, but just 3rd and 6, you could expect to put, your wide receivers in there. Azariah Way, who had a couple of great catches a couple drives ago. So just don't love the play calling.
And it'll be a quick 3-and-out for Jacksonville. Lone Star's going to have decent field position. That punt goes high in the air and not very far. It'll be the 37-yard line where the Glory will start their next drive. Also tonight, it's a West Coast matchup featuring the San Diego Mavericks and the Las Vegas Fury. Fury trying to hang on to a playoff position as well. Denver, Houston, Los Angeles, Queen City, Motor City, and Portland and Canton versus Seattle are our games tomorrow, Saturday. Throwing back across his body is Fennec. He has McBride, who just runs out of bounds after a gain of 5. And then on Sunday, we've got Tulsa and D.C., Atlanta, Louisiana, Florida versus Arizona, and rounding it all off with Fort Worth and Mexico City. Ramos, besides the Mexico City game, which I know you have your fullest attention on because that is for the lead in the division, what other games jump out to you this week?
Well, I think tonight, Minnesota going against Baltimore, because Baltimore is an undefeated team, but Minnesota plays some great defense, and I think the offense could do better. But if they can get a couple of picks here and there, I think they could keep the game very close. So I think that's definitely one to look out for.
And Minnesota gets my vote this season for the expansion team that I have been most pleasantly surprised by on the field. Nice crossing patterns for a first down. Nobody was covering B.E. Robo. And it's midfield now, only halfway to go for Lone Star.
Now, great route right there by B.E. Robo going on the inside, and the corner just got lost on the play. He just didn't know what he was going. But, Greg Soto quietly, again, 6 catches, 92 yards. We haven't seen much of him here in the second half, but at any time, man, he can go deep.
I thought we were going to see a strong side run. It's a tip over the middle. That ball is hanging in the air and eventually hits the turf. It was initially intended for Garrison Blue.
Very dangerous throw right there in the middle of the field. It's one that you would like to have back if you're the offense. Look for another post here to Greg Soto. Speaking about a deep pass going to Soto, man. Deep post here.
2nd and 10 from the midfield stripe. It's a deep cross, and it says a deep pass, but it's to B. Robo, not to Soto. But the effect is the same, that Lone Star has a first down deep into Jacksonville territory.
And the safety actually had, a lot of cushion pre-snap, but when the snap was effected, he went down low, probably expecting a slant or something. And a great read by Ace Fennec throwing the deep post. Look for it again, man. They could do it again.
Fennec, 3-step drop over the middle. Soto diving grab. And it seems that the middle of the Jacksonville defense is just not ready for these quick hitters on these crossing patterns.
Yeah, I know, and it's been the situation since the last drive when Deuce Fennec had that incredible catch, and they have not been able to stop the post route so far. The safeties are spread too wide, maybe playing some kind of cover 2 or something, and just not there in position.
Hand off middle. Ike McBride gets a block, cuts back inside It looked like there may have been a lane to the outside that was open, but she tries to force it up the middle.
Yep, and with a 2nd down and 6, it's another one of these situations where you can still get a 1st and goal without getting the touchdown, of course, and they go with 4 wideouts. It may be a run to Ike McBride here.
It is going to be a run. They spread out the defense, and it's a red carpet of open grass leading straight to the end zone for Ike McBride. And for the 2nd time in the ball game, the Lone Star Glory have the lead.
Love the call. You just spread them out wide. You know, it's a situation where you're probably expecting pass with 4 wide receivers, but it's a very soft box. 5 players, 5 blockers. And McBride, being the 6th player on offense on that portion of the field, gets the handoff for 6. A great play call. I would go for 2 here.
They are not going to. As Matt Fennick is on the field, he puts the right foot through it, and the extra point is good. 26-21, so not a 7-point lead, actually a 5-point lead for Lone Star.
Yep.
And these are the kinds of games, Ramos, that Jacksonville has been in all season long. Like looking over their past results, I see 19-12, I see 28-13, I see 26-31. They have been in a lot of games, but have just not been able to get over the line. Reminds me of a little bit of Nebraska, right? They're always in these tight games where you think they have a chance to win, and somehow they end up on the wrong end every time. Yeah,
it's been 3 such games of 1 possession, and they're 0-3 in those games. You know, they certainly don't want to go to 0-4. You know, and going back to my previous point, maybe Coach Soto thought, 6 minutes and a half, it's still too early for a 2-point conversion. I would have liked it in order to make it a 7-point game. Whoa.
Tight, rolls out, throws deep. Going one-on-one coverage, and it's knocked away and incomplete. Wow. Mickey McGuire almost had one of the interceptions of the season. He was looking for Kingston Ellington. Often when you see a quarterback just load up like that, he's got somebody wide open. Good on the corner to stay with his man the whole way.
And seriously, that was a really great throw. Like that was on stride for his wide receiver, but an even better play by Gunny McGuire, sticking with his man 40+ yards down the field.
2nd and 10. Jacksonville now needs the offense. They had the lead. They could have salted away the clock, but the turnovers and the inability to move the ball has hurt them in this 2nd half, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 8 with less than 6 minutes to go, and you got to feel that this one needs to get past the sticks.
Yeah, for sure, and they're 3 for 7. Jacksonville is from the 3 down opportunities. I would like for them to throw the ball deep, maybe a corner out top of the screen to Willis.
Time for Sipe, throws complete. And that is Grayson Willis, I believe, making the catch.
Yep. And it was interesting because, like, most of the defensive players were converged in the middle of the field. It was actually the outsides that looked more open, and out of nowhere, one of the receivers comes up with the catch.
That's Trevor Swain. 4th receiver on the depth chart, so he gets in those 5 wide sets. But they do pick up a huge 1st down. Jacksonville with 5 minutes to go. Over the middle, short to Kingston Ellington that time. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports continues Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern in Buffalo, where the Queen City Corsairs host the Los Angeles Lycans in a matchup of 2 teams on the cusp of the postseason. Sunday at 8:45, Fort Worth and Mexico City will fight for the lead in the South Division. Live look-ins include Denver, Houston, and Florida, Arizona. For a channel guide and more info about NXT, visit NLSE.com. Again, Sipe with plenty of time, and it's deflected and incomplete. Oh, man. The offensive line has given Jordan Sipes so much time to work with, and he's just not in lockstep with his receivers.
No, and kudos to the secondary for that. And that's something that Lone Star has done pretty much all season long. It's a great secondary. They're +5 in turnover differential. That's 5th best in the Simulation Football League. And those corners have been great all season long.
Another 3rd and long. Pump fake for Sipe. Middle. Caught by Ellington into Lone Star territory.
Yep, with the ball at 35-yard line now. A field goal, no good, of course. You're down 6 points. But, that's exactly why I was claiming for Lone Star to go for the 2-point conversion, because if this ends up in a touchdown with a converted extra point, you're going to be down 1 with not a lot of time.
And for Jacksonville, if you do get stopped in field goal range, depending on how much time is left, you might consider just kicking, taking the 3 points, and seeing if your defense can get Lone Star off the field. Jared Willis wants to say, I'm going to get the ball in my own hands, spin 3 times, and find the end zone. What a ridiculous touchdown to give Jacksonville the lead. Wow!
Unbelievable. I mean, Jared Willis had 7 carries for 15 yards all game. And that one, oh my God, 35 yards to the end zone. The best play by Jared Willis, not even close, at the most opportune time.
Jared Willis, what a danger man. He's been bottled up and bottled up and bottled up, but you know what happens to shaken carbonated beverage when it gets bottled up for too long. It has to explode, and Willis explodes for a massive touchdown. And now it's all going to be on the Jacksonville defense to see if they can hold this lead. Bradshaw for the extra point. Automatic. It is a 28-27 Jacksonville lead. Still plenty of time to go, 4 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah, more than enough time, of course. 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning, 4 minutes. Time is not an issue right here for Lone Star. It's just a matter of moving the ball methodically down the field. They don't even need a deep post or something like that. They just need to put the ball in field goal range.
Only down by 1. It's going to be a big ask for the Jacksonville defense. 3:59 officially, and Lone Star will start at their own 25. The SFL network is coming to the ESTV Plus app. 24/7 SFL programming will include content created by the community, the SFL's greatest games from the archives, exclusive network content, and live SFL regular season games. Download the ESTV Plus app on your Android or iPhone through your TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Vizio, and more. The SFL network, where SFL creators come together. And that is pulled in.
Well,
At the
that's the ruling on the
line.
field.
I thought Garrison Blue was out of bounds. We may see a challenge here, or do Jacksonville want to hold on to their timeouts because they think they're going to get the ball back with not a lot of time left?
There needs to be a red challenge flag. I mean, yeah, there it is. I think he's out of bounds. At least on first glance, that's out of bounds.
Challenge flag thrown by the veteran owner head coach Frank Gooden. And let's see if Garrison Blue got the feet in bounds. He got 1.
Yeah, but
one is all you need if it's not a touchdown.
Yeah, but does he have full control of the ball? Well, I guess we'll see. Yeah, he does.
He did. He got the right foot in there, and Lone Star might have pulled off a huge coup. That timeout could be huge, especially if Jacksonville gets the ball back with not a lot of time left and has to drive most of the length of the field.
What a great catch. I mean, that was certainly close, but yeah, I mean, especially because it was ruled a catch, and there was just not enough evidence to return that one.
3 wide plus tight end. Look out! It's a 3rd sack of the game for the Jacksonville defense.
Joey Schwinn,
like a raging bull, the former Fort Worth Toro, gets back there and sacks Ace Fedek. and it's 2nd down and 16. The clock will roll under 3:30.
I'm so happy he's out of my division.
Fenix scrambles
Again.
and is taken down again. He barely got the pass away. Dalton was in his face, and the Jacksonville defense answers the call. Almost. It's 3rd and 16.
Yeah, man, like, back when, with those Toros games, it was about seeing where 60 was on the field. Is he in front of my left guard or is he in front of my center? And just account for that, man. There it is, middle of the field, right in front of the center.
3rd 16. They're going to hand it off to McBride, and that doesn't fool anybody. Chuck Diesel with a tackle. Schwint was in there as well. And now Lone Star's going to have to rely on their defense to either force a turnover or get a quick stop.
Hustling is the most PG-13 word that I can find for that call.
Max Luna's second punt of the game is fair caught at the 35-yard line. So Jacksonville, all they need to do is get a couple of first downs, fade the 2-minute warning and the 3 Lone Star timeouts, and they're home free for their second win of the season. That is much easier said than done, however.
Yeah, and here's a key fact, Michael. Jared Willis has pretty much fresh legs. I mean, he only 8 rushing attempts in the game. They save him for moments like this.
They're going to pass, but it's going to be essentially a run. Throw out to Willis. He'll stay in bounds and be tackled by Bogey Barr. That's the first time we've called his name today.
That was a great play call by the Lone Star defense. If the corner was just a little bit more aggressive, that was probably a pick 6. And 2nd and 7 either way. And last play before the 2-minute warning, I will expect.
Under 2:30. Snap with 10 seconds on the play clock.
There it is.
Willis right through the middle. Excellent blocking up front by the offensive line. And Willis pushes the pile to midfield.
And again, fresh legs for Jared Willis. He has had 9 catches. I'll give you that. But still, with that, only 18 touches between runs and passes for Jared Willis, where normally a halfback in the SFL could get 25 to 30 with no problems. So they're just gonna give the ball to him again after the 2-minute warning.
That is the 2-minute warning here in a tight 1-point ball game. Jacksonville trying to win their 2nd game of the season. Lone Star still hanging on for hope of a playoff spot. How will it play out? Stay with us. We'll find out right now. Once again, Michael Trillo and Ramos Lynn on commentary. Mark Lopez doing stats. Cameron Irvine is now solely dedicated to producing this game after his broadcast is over in the other game. And that almost looked like a Jared Willis breakdown. He was hit from behind by Yogi Barr. First timeout burned for Lone Star.
Yep. And again, 2nd and 4. This is a situation where Lone Star has to stop him here on downs. It's the ball game at this point. If they allow another first down, I'm afraid this is game over for them.
2 timeouts left for Lone Star. 2nd down and 4. And a free play is going to be a first down. That might be the game. They would have gotten the first down anyway because Joel Harleman finally hauls in the catch. The rookie tight end out of Annapolis moves the chains. And if the timing is right, that might be the game.
I think that may be it, and it's the same thing that plagued the first half that comes back in the worst time for Lone Star, that offside penalty, and just unfortunate for them, really.
We hadn't seen it at all in the second half. It's been very clean, but 5 or 6 penalties in the first half, all offsides combined for both teams in the 7th one. Well, they're not going victory formation yet, so they must need one more first down here.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the penalty, actually.
Willis,
Never mind.
He's gone. He's going to race to the end zone to seal the deal for Jacksonville. Touchdown, Kings.
Here's the thing, Michael. obviously you want to score a touchdown, you want to put points on the board. This gives Lone Star a chance because they have a minute and like 40 seconds left or something. They only need a touchdown with a 2-point conversion to tie this one. Like, it would have been better if, for Jacksonville's sake, if Jared Willis just got the first down and just gave. That gives Lone Star enough time to score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion with 2 timeouts.
It would be down 8. At that point, if you're Jacksonville, I guess you don't go for 2 because if Lone Star scores, then it would be overtime. But I mean, you're 1-7. Like, going for 2 may be worth it here. They're not going to. We can debate it all day and all night, but Jordan Bradshaw gets the extra point in. It's an 8-point game. I want to debate this more, because if you go for 2 and get it, it's a 9-point game, and the game is essentially over with 1:45 to go. Now, it's an 8-point game, and a touchdown plus 2-point conversion for Lone Star potentially sends us to overtime.
Yeah, you would like to look at the analytics for that. You know, as a coach, is essentially, you want to put the pressure on them, not the pressure on yourself, right? So you put the pressure on them to convert the 2-point conversion instead of worrying about your own 2-point conversion to put the game out of reach. You know, it does make sense. You know, you go for 2, you go up 9, and the game is over in one play. But, you know, I agree with the extra point call.
Great statistics work by Mark Lopez. Willis's 2 touchdown carries were 72 yards, a 35 and a 37-yarder. Outside of those 2 carries, he's got 33 yards on 9 carries.
Yeah.
And a nice catch over the middle. Up-tempo offense by Lone Star. I will mention really quick that Jared Willis passed the 8,000-yard rushing mark on his career earlier in the game. Actually, it was on that long first touchdown run where he passed 8,000 for his career. Congratulations to him. All right, 2nd down and 6 after the short pass. Fennick, pick over the middle again, and driving down to the 50 is Ziggy Roenick. That's his first catch of the game. What a time to pick it up.
Yeah, you do one more play and you call a timeout.
Middle, caught, close to a first down, 2nd and inches. They're not going to call a timeout.
Whoa.
That was Roenick again. Fennick steps the line, 3-step drop, throws short over the middle, caught. They're still going to go up-tempo. That was Greg Soto, I believe, who made the catch. No, it was Vernon Baker. Fennick looking long. It's caught inside the 10. Lone Star uses its 2nd timeout, and they are set up with 1st and goal. 35 seconds to go, needing a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to send us to overtime. What a 2-minute drill by the Glory.
Unbelievable. And they were balanced on that one. I mean, some slants and some posts and some corners, they were pretty balanced. Great. You said it. Phenomenal. 2-minute drill right there, 1st and goal. But this is where the field shrinks on you, and this is where you have to cash in.
Jacksonville has forced a interception and that was almost picked off. It was batted around, and I think Stewart Zomelia had the best look at it. But Jacksonville inside the 10 today has allowed 1 touchdown, 1 turnover, and 1 field goal. So their red zone defense has been very good, and it's what has kept them in this ball game.
It really has. And let's look at this formation here. Geez, do they throw the post route to Greg Soto here? Does he have enough space? Is the question.
There is a wide open space in the middle of the field. Fennick, pressured, has to go short to B. Robo. Robo goes down. They have 1 timeout. They don't use it. Fennick gets back to the line. 20 seconds to go. He takes the snap. He looks. He throws. It's a touchdown. They went right back to Robo, and he scores.
Just too soft of a defense right there for Jacksonville. You know, you gotta recognize if you're not good, and you know, you being 7 yards deep in your own end zone is no good. And here we go with a 2-point conversion.
18 seconds left. The game on the line right here.
Let's see.
If Lone Star gets it, we likely go to overtime. If Jacksonville stops them, the Kings will win the game.
Swing route to the tight end.
Bennett, handoff. It's the fullback, Matteo Pravado, who scores! Oh, wow, what a gutsy call!
Wow. Yeah, gutsy is the right call for that. Is the right word for that. You need 2 yards. You give it to your fullback, who was stopped not too long ago in a similar situation for no gain. What a ball game.
2-minute drill drive. Ace Fedek, 8 of 9, 77 yards plus the touchdown. Wow, you go back to Matteo Pravado. He did score a touchdown from that same spot. That was the one touchdown that Lone Star has had from the red zone today. But the previous times that has happened, they've been stopped up for no gain. But again, for the second time, Chuck Diesel had a chance to tackle Pravado at the goal line, and he could not stop him. 12 seconds left. Middle caught. Jordan Sipe completes the pass.
Yeah, and Jacksonville does a great job calling the timeout. Now, you have 2 choices. You can go for either 2 Hail Mary plays, or you can try to do another pass with a timeout. I think that's the right call. Maybe get 20 or so yards, maybe 25-ish, right around there. I mean, they go in the shotgun, so it's not a Hail Mary. You need about 25 to 30 yards to be in field goal range.
9 seconds left. They cannot let the ball die inbounds. They're going to go to the sideline. It's incomplete.
Out of bounds.
They had Grayson Willis, but Jordan Sipe led him too far. Can they still make 2 plays with 6 seconds? Somehow I don't think so.
If it's similar to that, yes. Like, it has to be a play that goes to the sideline where it's a catch and going out of bounds. Immediately.
But this will be the Hail Mary formation. Sipe throws incomplete. 3 seconds left. They're going to go one more play.
Yeah, and here you go for the Hail Mary for sure. "60 yards deep." Let's see if they do it. I mean, 1 yard deep.
It's all about giving Sipe time in the pocket to let his receivers get down the field.
Look for Kingston Ellington on a corner route, Michael. Watch out for that.
Sipe gonna laser it, and it's knocked away. Tremendous defensive awareness by Mickey McGuire, and we head
Unbelievable.
Tails. It is heads. We'll take the ball.
Am I back? Can you hear me? Sorry, I got so excited about the potential of overtime, I stepped on my microphone cable and unplugged it.
Hey, we are all getting excited, and so is the Jacksonville crowd, who are going to get the ball first. We're gonna get Trello back in a second. Sipe to throw. The pass is gonna be caught. That's Jared Willis, and Jared Willis goes out of bounds for a loss of 3 yards. Not the play that Jacksonville was looking for here to start the drive, as that will set them behind the chains. It's gonna be 2nd down and 13.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Have I returned to the land of the
Yes,
living?
you
Thank
have.
you. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm a little bit excited, and I stepped on my headset cable and unplugged it. So, second down and 13 after the loss of 3. Zipe, 7-step drop. He's going to throw deep. It's going to be caught out near the 50-yard line.
What a dart right there by Jordan Sipe. You know, Grayson Willis pressed man-to-man coverage. He has to get rid of his defender first. As you're going to take a look at the replay, Bo Martin Jr., a very tall corner. Then Martin Jr. does get good leverage on the play, but a perfect throw by Jordan Sipe.
The 9-season veteran Grayson Willis taking the pass from the rookie Jordan Sipe, a second-round draft selection out of San Jose. Has played one of his better games in his rookie season here today, as in overtime, potentially Jacksonville with a chance to win it. Would be only their second victory of the season.
Man, Jared Willis just couldn't get the edge. Fellows makes the tackle, but on the outside, he had some space with good blocking, and the defensive lineman just too quick. Great play.
Remember, coming up after we're done, it's Baltimore and Minnesota and Las Vegas and San Diego to complete your Friday night of SFL selection. And another outside run to Jared Willis goes nowhere. Outside of those 2 touchdown runs, Willis has been completely bottled up in this game.
Yeah, he has. And in Jacksonville, at one point in this game, was 3 for 7 on third downs ever since 2 of 3, and the one they missed was on that last drive kind of thing. So let's see what they do.
Sipe goes deep, knocked away and intercepted. It was batted into the hands of Bo Martin Jr. I didn't see who got the initial tip on it, but Lone Star now with pole position to win this game and snatch it from the hands of the Kings.
And that would have been, I'm pretty sure, Rainer Rie, which is the former King, getting revenge on his former team. And McBride, only 23 carries, so there's still some threat on those tires, Mike.
Remember, first to score wins here in SFL overtime, so all you got to do is get it into field goal range. I formation. Ike McBride, who, in my opinion, has been underutilized in the second half, but the Jacksonville defense ready for that handoff. John Martin, who's been the spy on McBride for most of the game, first one to it.
And that's probably why, as Taquan Hale, by far the longest-standing Jacksonville King player on the roster, with a huge tackle for a loss.
10 seasons for Hale, 9 for Grayson Willis, and it's caught!
But what a throw.
Wow. Ziggy Roenick, who only has 1 catch before in the game, now has 2, and none bigger than that one, as the Lone Star Glory are close to field goal range. Remember, with a kicker who has not missed a field goal this season. Matt Fennick, 14 for 14.
Mm-hmm. That was a great catch, one-handed, but that was an even better throw. He needed to put it on top of the corner right there, who was Terrence Pearson, and just did that.
Not quite in field goal range. They hand it off to Pravado. How about that from Mateo Pravado? He is having the game of his career today. A touchdown, a 2-point conversion. He's doing it all.
Yeah, he has that touchdown that you mentioned, the 2-point conversion, that was absolutely key. And, Mateo Pravado has not gotten the ball much. I mean, 7 times, but every time has been just key.
At the 40-yard line, approaching field goal range. It's a
Again.
late pitch to Pravado, and he only gets 3. Third down and 3 from the 38. This would be a massive field goal if they attempted it from here.
Lone Star pretty steady on third down, 7 of 13 so far in this game. Every time you are above 50%, that's a good thing.
3rd and 3. A first down here on Lone Star will be in prime position. It's Ike McBride, and she is stopped. Oh, no, that's Pravado again for the 3rd time. Wow.
I do think this is Matt Fennick's range. I will trot out the kicker. They're going to punt it.
Max Luna is on to punt. It would have been a 52, 53-yard field goal from there.
Oh, my God.
Luna's punt is going to be down at the 9.
Oh, my goodness. I'm not sure if we have a surrender index for, for the SFL. If you follow SB Nation on YouTube. Basically it's grading punts in order of, not making any sense pretty much. And I think the worst thing you could have done is punt the ball. Like, I can get behind going for it on 4th and 1 at the 35. I cannot get behind a punt.
I mean, I could even get behind going for a 53-yard field goal.
Sure. I think that was option, for me, that was option number 1. Because you have a guy who has not missed a kick all season long. From 53, I know it's, on the road, left hash, right for the kick. I get all of that. But 53 is doable. If not that, you have Ike McBride to get 1 yard.
And even if you miss both of those options, Jacksonville is set up at their own 40. It's not like a gimme for them to immediately go kick a field goal. And outside of a couple have big plays, Jacksonville struggled with moving the ball, as they have done all season.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Now they face a 3rd and 5. Their 3rd down efficiency is not very good. 5 of 11. Bunch set.
This is huge. Sipe, the rookie, floats it. It's caught. Oh, he couldn't turn up field. Kingston Ellington couldn't turn up field, and Jacksonville's going to have to punt.
Yep. Yeah, you do have to punt, of course. Oh, man, it's... I like the call. It's a bunch formation. You do a little bit a natural pick. But just Kingston Ellington ran out of room.
Going to have to be a booming punt from Howard McCoy.
And it's not.
It's not. Fielded at midfield by Juice Fennick, so only about 10, 15 yards to field goal range for Lone Star.
Just, take it slow. If you're a Lone Star, just concentrate on getting in field goal range right now. Involve McBride. Just take your time.
They're going to be in this run-heavy formation again. It's going to be a throw. It's going to be caught. That was Hank Earl Troll, who almost had his first touchdown of his SFL career earlier in the game, but Fennick overthrew him on the goal line.
Yep. Same formation. It could be another one of those plays. If not, I think this is going to go to Ike McBride for sure on the outside.
They gained 4 yards. It is McBride on a stretch. Lowers the shoulder, first down to the 39-yard line, and this is field goal range for sure.
Well, not sure. I mean, it will be from 56, and Lone Star just bypassed a 52 attempt.
Okay,
so,
fair enough.
Yeah, I think they need perhaps, I'm going to say 7 yards. Make it a 50, maybe a 50-yarder. They will go for the field goal.
It's going to be Bravado to get 1 up to the 38-yard line. They inch forward. The clock ticking down. Usually you don't get this deep into overtime where the clock becomes a factor.
Well, we will have unlimited overtimes here. There are no ties in the SFL no matter what.
This is not like the NFL where you can end in a tie. We saw a couple of those last week, actually, in the NFL. It's going to be McBride. They had a blocker out in front, but undercutting was Garrett Hudson. And it's been a smart play by the Jacksonville defense to put a linebacker spy on McBride basically every play.
Yes. Garrett Hudson with the stop of the game. That was easily a first down, if not more.
3rd and 7. They've gone 4 wide plus a tight end right. Fennick throws, caught, first down, money. into field goal range.
Yep.
Down to the 27-yard line, and now do you trot out Matt Fennick?
Not now. First down and 10. You give the ball to McBride a couple times, and then you kick it on third down.
Toss to the far side, and Earl Troll there again to get the ball to the 23-yard line.
Right. So what you do here is to run the ball with McBride and put the ball in the preferred hash mark for Matt Fennick. That's what you do. It looks like they're gonna pass though. Watch out.
Shotgun.
Yep.
On 2nd and 7. Fennick, it's just going to be an out route. That's not a bad play to the far side. Get a couple more yards to the 19.
Yep. Now you kick it.
3rd down and 2. Matt Fennick looking to come on the field and ice this game for Lone Star to rip out the Jacksonville Hearts. The Kings were up 8 with a minute to go. Ace Fennick engineered a masterful drive. It was a 2-point conversion by Mateo Provato, and then a field goal good in overtime to win it from 35 yards away from Matt Fennick. And Lone Star goes over 500. They get to 5-4 on the season. They win an overtime thriller in the Sunshine State, 38-35.
Unbelievable game. Unbelievable game. You know, shout out to the Kings, because that was a great play game by both teams, I think. You know, that we had a couple of miscues on interceptions and everything, the defense. But look at those stats. I mean, close to 1,000 combined yards in this game, and we could not have hoped for much more than this, Michael.
A 10-minute time of possession difference between Lone Star and Jacksonville. Lone Star had the ball for 10 more minutes and yet had to come from behind in the dying embers to force overtime and eventually survive 2 Jacksonville drives in overtime to win the game. How often do you see that?
Yeah, not often at all. You know, and speaking about the time of possession, you know, it was mostly on the first quarter when Jacksonville got the pick 6, and basically they didn't see the ball for the entire first quarter. And even with that, the game was 7-7 for a while.
The offense picked up in the second half.
They did.
And man, the whole stadium thought that Jacksonville had it up 8 with a minute and 10 seconds to go, and then the question still looms large, Ramos. Should they have gone for 2 to make it 9? And I guess the end result speaks for itself.
Yeah, no, you know, 2020 hindsight, you could say yes, you know, surely. I think that in the moment of the game, I still think it was the right choice. You know, it's about, you know, your defense has to stop the fullback from 2 yards out. I think it just comes down to that. And a great job, gutsy call right there by Lone Star, giving the ball to the fullback at the 2 to tie the game.
Perfect game by Jared Willis, 102 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground. Ike McBride, 120 yards, 1 touchdown. Ace Fennick had 374 yards. And that, oh no! He is 3 yards away from 18,000 career passing yards. I thought going to overtime we might see it. But coming up short by 3 yards, well, I mean, he'll get that next week.
Actually, the official stats, Michael, have him at 382.
So he would get it.
382 for Fennick.
So he would get it. Official stats. He does have 18,000 career passing yards compared to Fennick. Wow. I mean, what a way to kick off the week. We still got 2 games tonight. Top that, Baltimore and Minnesota and Las Vegas. Whoever Las Vegas is playing, I don't remember. San Diego.
For sure. A lot of highlights in this phenomenal football game.
We do have to crown a player of the game, and it's Ace Fennick 40 of 48, 382 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, I would give my personal player of the game to Matteo Pravado. Gotta love the fullbacks getting their chance to shine to the sun. The touchdown, the key 2-point conversion to end it off as well. We have gone far over our allotted broadcast time, so with apologies to Cameron Irvine and everybody else here at the Simulation Football League, we will get out of your way. Thank you so much to Cam for stepping in and calling the first game of the block and for producing the games as always. Mark Lopez, tremendous job on stats. Ramos, I don't get to call games with you very often. It was a pleasure having you in the booth. My name is Michael Truvillo. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.